Hi everyone, this is Caroline Speaks, The State of the World, on Thursday, October 1st, 2020. Well, the coronavirus is still with us. As of early this evening, we had 7 million, a little over 7 million cases in the U.S., 7,306,251 confirmed cases in the U.S., and we also had 208,882 people have passed away from this virus. This is a real tragedy, all because we have a president and his administration who refuse to acknowledge the existence of the disease, and they didn't do anything about it till after it was here quite a while. They didn't set up a national plan to get tests, get good tests, get everyone tested, keep track of everyone. Anyone test positive, trace their contacts, get them well. Any of their contacts test positive, and so on and so forth. They also didn't use the resources of the federal government to get all the personal protective equipment and hospital equipment needed. They did not practice social distancing or wearing a mask or only going out when you have to. Large rallies of basically maskless people not wearing masks, not social distancing, is a great way to spread the virus. Opening the schools and putting teachers and students and staff in danger because you want kids in school so the parents can go back to work. The heck with them if they get sick, that's just their tough luck. Well, school districts are fighting back. They have a radical governor like the guy in Texas. They're fighting back, and they're not going to let their students, teachers, and staff get sick because Trump wants the schools open. So, wear a mask, practice social distancing, and only go out when you have to. Now, surprise, surprise, the president has called the coronavirus fake news and a hoax. And now, as of this evening, President Trump and his wife have tested positive for the coronavirus. One of their advisors, Hope Hicks, has tested positive. This led to the president and the president's wife being tested, and they test positive. Surprise, surprise. So Trump, is your illness a hoax? Is it fake news? This is the way you treated it. Fake news, a hoax. You're supposed to have a rally, I believe, this evening or tomorrow evening, so I guess that's canceled because you're sick. You're a super spreader. So, stay in quarantine and don't infect any more people, and finally do something. Now, we have this election coming up, and people are voting. A lot of people are voting by mail, in spite of what you say that mail-in ballots are fraudulent, mail-in post office. They're trying to destroy the post office so people can't mail in their ballots. And you're trying very hard to, even in some places, limit the amount of drop-off boxes. Like in the state of Texas, the governor is now only going to have one drop-off box for ballots in each county. Even in counties that have millions of people living there. Very strange. So anyway, if you make sure you're registered. If you're not, get registered. Learn about the issues and candidates on your ballot. And if your state allows it, get a mail-in ballot. If you have to vote in person, vote in person, but practice social distancing and wear a mask. And this will work out okay. But the mail, there's nothing wrong with the post office, even though Trump and his DeGioia guy are trying to destroy it. So let's support the post office, and let's everybody vote and see what we can have, maybe a new administration. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, so make sure you vote. Now, also, protect yourself and others from the virus. Um, do what you can to protect vulnerable populations like farm workers, agricultural workers, Native Americans on reservations, healthcare workers, essential workers, those living in assisted living homes, veterans homes, and retirement homes. So there's a lot of people to protect, and maybe you're in one of those categories. Uh, People living in shelters, people who are homeless and don't have a shelter, they're living on the street. So we have to keep in mind and protect all these people. And this virus is serious, and we don't want any tests that are created for political reasons. Uh, and we don't want any vaccine that are created for political purposes. If we get a valid vaccine and it's tested and safe, great. But otherwise, shouldn't be giving it to the people, right? And we don't actually have an actual treatment for the virus. Well, we have people are being treated in various ways, but we have no cure. So, practice social distancing. Only go out when you have to, and wear that mask. Now, we still have criminal justice problems. We need criminal justice reform. People are still protesting the murder of George Floyd in Minnesota by a white police officer, and also now people are protesting the murder of Breonna Taylor, who was an EMT and a nursing student, who was murdered in her own home by police detectives in Kentucky, just for being there. It was a no-knock drug warrant that the detectives were serving, and she happened to be there, and they killed her. So, what else is new? So, alright. Well, we have the coronavirus, we have the post office, we have the election, we have criminal justice reforms needed desperately. So, alright, Trump, now that you know the virus is real, because you have it, not a hoax, it's not fake news, how about putting in some policies to help all of us, like a national plan for testing. Everybody should be tested and results traced, keep track of everything, use the federal government to provide personal protective equipment and hospital equipment to everyone, and let's keep the schools closed until it's safe to open, practice virtual learning, let the federal government provide all students in the country with a computer so they can use that for virtual learning with the internet and with access, high-speed internet access. That's what the federal government should be doing. So, and parents, if you're tired of having your kids home, and your kids are getting tired of being home, well, they're alive, so don't complain. You have electricity, you have heat, air conditioning, you have a place to live, food to eat, health care. You have nothing to complain about. Go ask the people who are homeless living on the streets and in shelters. This is the United States. This disease is a problem all over the world. We have over 7 million cases. India has over 6 million. So, do what you can, because this disease is here to stay until we get a cure and vaccine, and that's not going to happen overnight. So, Trump and your administration, implement policies that help everybody. And let's pass that bill that the House passed a few months ago, over $3 trillion to provide aid to people directly. That $600 a week extra in unemployment benefits, that should be restored. The $1,200 going to every person, that should be implemented again. And that paycheck protection plan, get it set up so it's fair, and get a refund from those individuals and companies that got it in error. So the airlines are threatening to shut down, fire a bunch of people because if they don't get help. And I'd like to know what the airlines have been doing with their money all these years. They give bonuses and high salaries to their executives. They charge the public a fee for everything. If you make a reservation and then you have to change it, they'll charge you to change it. If you have an extra bag, all kinds of things. I guess on the plane, I haven't been on a plane in a long time, but I guess they're not serving meals anymore. I wonder if you can get a glass of water. And you can't bring your own water because you can't carry anything. They'll think it's a bomb because of the September 11th attacks. So, I don't know. We really have to reform the airline industry. Okay, well, that's a lot of news for today. The big news is that President Trump and his wife have now tested positive for the coronavirus, and they're being quarantined in the White House. So, hopefully their followers will have a reawakening and realize that their leader has the virus. The virus is not a hoax. It's not fake news. Okay, now, maybe it's time for a little song. What do you say? All right. So what shall we sing? That's always a problem to figure out what to sing. I have a whole list of songs, but then picking one to sing, that's the problem. Okay. All right. I'm going to sing something I might have sung recently. Hopefully not. I'm going to sing a song called "The Water is Wide." It's an old folk song. Okay, here we go. Oh, the water is wide, I cannot cross over, and neither have I wings to fly, but give me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row, my love and I. I leaned my back up against an oak. I thought it was a trusty tree, but first it bended and then it broke, as did my false Lord to me. Oh, love is sweet and love is fair, fair as the dew when first it is new. But love grows old and waxes cold and fades away like the morning dew. Okay, that was The Water's Wide. I hope you liked it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in this evening, Thursday, October 1st, 2020. And remember to take care of yourself and others, and remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Stay safe.